the very snow day that is Spanish breakfast. How are you? How are you doing? How's life? How's food? How's breakfast? Did you have breakfast? No? That's too bad. So, as some of you know, I'm a diabetic, so I have to record my levels real quick. So, I'm going to, in wrestling terms, I'm going to blade for you. So, you're welcome. What time is it? It's 10:56. I have like this whole notebook in which I keep track of my levels for the day, basically. Hey, how's it going? Good morning, yeah. Jeez, that's crazy. How you been? It's been a time, so. Sorry. I'm doing too many things at once. That's what it is. Alright. Main course. It's weird, this never stops hurting, really. Like, I was told that, like, you do it enough, like, it's not gonna hurt. It definitely hurts. Like, stabbing yourself with a little pin in your finger every single day is pretty painful, actually. Alright, so that's not bad. My levels today with fasting are 171. So I gotta move around a little more today. But that's okay. I'm getting a lot of like vitamins and vegetables and all that stuff from this meal. This very, very wonderful, exclusive style meal that I did today. I wanted to make something that made me feel really comfortable because I haven't really been making a lot of this stuff. Yeah, just went live. All right. So I wanted to make something that was very exclusive to like my growing up. So from that, I figured I'll make my kind of like breakfast platter that I used to do. So I do eggs, I do mushrooms, chips and salsa, guacamole, and refried beans. It's a very like traditional, like if you had grown up around me, it's very traditional. But it just makes me happy, you know? I wanted something happy. I don't get the same joy that I used to get from like snow days. Our conversation just what's up. Oh, okay. Very cool. I'm gonna put up links everywhere. Thank you. I think it's a pretty good looking breakfast too, actually. It's pretty nice. So I did a show with Ryan. It's incredible. I'm gonna be linking all types of fun stuff to it in the coming days. It's nice to like feel like you can just like hang out with a friend doing something. Like talking about art and movies and whatnot. Like it's just this really interesting, kind of beautiful. I'm looking for the word. Friendship. Hang on. Magic. Magical last word. Of course, the mug's here. Everybody loves the mug. The mug, and the producers are the two big gets for this show. I'm aware. It's fine. The cats are cute. I get it. And the mug is also cute. So there's that. If anything, you have excellent taste. That's what that is. Connection. There we go. But yeah, it's interesting. I've been reading about, speaking of cool things. I've been reading about the backstory for the Osage murders, Killers of the Flower Moon movie. In Oklahoma. It was weird. I remember my grandmother telling me about that when I was really young. She just had like insight about these things sometimes. She wouldn't say them plainly, but she was always kind of just knowledgeable. She could give like this, she'd give you like these great ideas that would work that you'd never expect to work, but she did them with like such a softness. That you never really felt pressured for not getting it the first try, basically. Just a very sweet, funny lady. I miss her. But the movie. So I saw bits and pieces. I watched the whole thing yet. Like I said, I know the actual story. So it's just interesting. The whole, I don't want to like spoil it for people who haven't seen it or wish to learn about it themselves. But it's a work about, it's a fictional work about a historic thing that happened in America. And it's just kind of one of those letting people have full dominion over others is never a good idea, no matter how you, what face it has on it. And this was kind of one of those things where it was a very well put together piece. I'm told via the people I know have seen it that it gets high marks. So consider it. So art wise, I have come to these very interesting kind of conclusions of things that I want to get done for 2024. So resolutions, basically. And in those resolutions, one of the things I said I wanted to do was I wanted to apply for at least 3 grants this year. I want to get one, at least, but I want to apply for at least 3. And then I'm going to try and hire a grant writer. And like it turned into this whole like snowball thing where everybody was like, you should become a grant writer. I'm like, yeah, I don't think so, but it's interesting. How people see you're like good at one thing, and they just assume you'll kind of be good at anything you pick up, which is extremely flattering, but not at all realistic. So, gonna hire a grant writer, and mostly just gonna try and get everything going. You know, I really truly believe like all it takes in a lot of ways to be successful as an artist is the ability to simply tell people you're an artist, one, and then ask for opportunities. 90% of the time, most people would happily hire you to do something they need done or something that you've given them the impression is something they would like. So you just kind of have to ask, you know, you just have to let yourself be vulnerable. There is a possibility they will say no. Rejection is not the end of the world. It feels extremely overpowering sometimes. And I think in a lot of ways, maybe we put too much on um, on what success is in a lot of ways. I think you can be successful with your knowledge sometimes more than your accolades. Accolades are like this thing where, you know, you roll a dice, you see where it lands. Where the knowledge you have about all these things you need is kind of just invaluable. Like, even when the other problem I think with the accolades and the awards and all that stuff is you're looking at a small group of people who are able to compete on that scale via professionalism, etc. And so, by on purpose or not, it's exclusionary. Like the best pianist, pianist in the world might not be somebody who has an album. You know, might not be someone who's working somewhere prestigious. They may be your bus driver. You know, there's an interesting aspect of incredible people that sadly, because we don't live in a fair world, not everybody gets an option, you know, to try out and see if they're good at everything. I'm reminded of like the Williams sisters, and how for tennis, and they were just, you know, if the opportunity hadn't been made, they wouldn't have had it. You would never know any of these people. You would know any of it, you know? I think that's kind of why people get so mad about the whole nepotism thing. Like, it makes it impossible for other people to reach those goals. I have this theory that essentially there are jobs that are created simply for like people to make sure their grandson has somewhere they can live. They can have a house and a job and etc. And it has little to do with like skill or patience or an aptitude or the ability to do anything. More so than, you know, this was a spot that was picked, handmade, created for claw game. You, because you're my grandson. Everybody else is like, I'd like that job, and it's like, sorry. When he quits, that job goes away. And it's just, I'm sad. I'm sad of seeing people who are beaten down by the ideas that they didn't get to do this and do that and do this and do that, and it's sometimes you have to realize like it's not a skill level thing. Somebody said they were talking about Jackie Robinson, and they said the thing that people don't understand about Jackie Robinson was, yes, he's the first black baseball player in America. Yes, he was very skilled and etc. But the thing they didn't realize was, if it weren't for those people who allowed him to play that game for whatever reasons they had, he wouldn't have played. He wouldn't have been able to play. Like, there's this weird idea in life that your skills and abilities will get you wherever you need to go. But gatekeeping is still very much a thing. Like, if you're not allowed on the field, you can't play. it doesn't matter. So, all those things. All that crazy rambling. Just that. I don't know. I went to the art store. My mom always said that. Snatches you. Alright, that's good. Mom always said that. It's not what you do. It's who you know. Exactly. Exactly. Hey, April. How are you? It's just one of those weird spots, though. I feel so bad for like these young kids who like don't get that yet. That they're that it's not. It sometimes it's the connections that other people use to know each other. Oh, there you go. Have a live breakfast person. Well, if you want, you could join our live. We're on Instagram and YouTube right now. You can ask to join, and we can do a face-to-face if you like. Um, that's right. The Instagram has a different feature that the YouTube does not. We can have live discussions if people would like to have a brunch with me. No one ever goes though. I think because you just catch people off guard with it. Yeah, quick, hit the live button. You can join me, and they're like, I'm not doing this. I am, I am not. I'm not doing this in a public place. You're crazy. Um, no, it's a weird little show. I will say this. This has always been a weird little show where I just talk about nonsense. We all have breakfast together. Nope. I need a shower. See? Everybody's like, nah. I mean, I do think that's not fair. It's never fair for me to ask that of people because, like, I do a lot of preparation to do all of this when I do, and you're either at work or still getting out of bed when this comes on, and so it's insane. You're just like, yeah, no, just jump out of bed and do this. Like, no, hell out of my face. I'm like, no. I get that. I respect that. I respect it. Hmm. We do have fun here, though, so that's always good. Somebody asked me a while back what this show was about, which I still think is funny, because they watched the show, and then their response was, "What is this show about?" And I don't know. I thought it was hilarious, but it's just about whatever, you know. We talk, we chat. I enamor you with my weird food creations I make, um, and sometimes buy. And then, we go about our ways and have a good day. I went and got clay, finally. I don't know why it took me so long. Like, I've been wanting to do this crazy design piece for a long time. And so, in that, I figured I should get the clay so that I could make everything. But I hadn't really done any serious, like, sculpting in maybe over 20 years. So I took a class online, because that's where you take things. Domestica. At least it's not lunch meat and hot sauce. No, it's valid. It's valid. No, definitely not that. Um, so I took a class, and in said class, uh, from this lovely Peruvian sculptor, he basically kind of gave me the ideas on how to do these things that I want to do. Because I've got this idea of this like object that I want to make so that I can travel around with and put in my studio and all these things. Sell at shows, ship out, do whatever. And it's a sick idea. I realize this because I find it hilarious. So when I was a child, my mom went to Mexico and she got this clay zebra. And it was a bank. You put your change in. And when you eventually filled it up, what you would do was you would take, you would basically have to break it open. You'd have to hit it with a hammer and that was it. It didn't have a bottom. Twist out. So I thought about making a piggy bank like that. Make a bunch of crazy ass things. I have a sculpting class. I have a sculpting class for my degree. Oh, okay. That's kind of cool. I didn't really take it in art school. I don't know why. It just kind of skipped over me. I did it a lot in high school, but for some reason it just didn't. It didn't. I didn't cross paths with it again. Maybe there wasn't a good sculpting program at my art school. That could be why. It's for dead people. How so? What's for dead people? I'm confused. Like you do sculptings of dead people? Like busts? Or are we thinking like a Dia de los Muertos thing? Or are we thinking like the skulls? You let me know. So in that, like I said, with the banks, you have to crack them open so they're bigger and put your money in. So I thought about doing that. I thought about making them and then molding them and then painting them and making it so you have to break them in order to get whatever you want from it. It's going to be a school, monetary science, reconstructive. Okay, right on. But I really like the idea though, you know? Like you make like this creature. This thing that is a piggy bank. You paint it, it's very beautiful. And then in order for people to get their change back out, they have to break it into a million pieces. My father-in-law says I could half cut, like I could quarter cut the bottom, so if they wanted to, they could finish it off. They could poke through it before they put all their stuff in, and then put a cork or something there. But I kind of like the idea of the torture of putting someone. I really like this. I don't want to give this up, but I keep, I've put there's quarters in here. There's quarters in, They're like standing with it, trying to shake it back out through like the little joint thing, the slit. I don't know. I think it's funny. Make it a Painted Files mascot, then turn it into a bank. Yeah, that could work actually. That's not a bad plan. That is not a bad plan. You and me. I like that. Oh, fun. It's very fun. Yeah, well, I mean, most of the stuff I make, I always try and make them so that I have them in my studio. You know, almost everything that I've made, I physically own some amalgamation of it. Sometimes they change a couple times, but I have quite a few of them actually. So I figured the bank would be a fun little thing to just have in there. I like the idea though. I think it'd be fun. I think the biggest question I have right now going on in my head is how do you how do you carve a piggy bank? Oh, a bee with tentacles. I was thinking about that actually. I was thinking out of bee with tentacles. Man, such good ideas. We have such good ideas together. A bee with tentacles. That's fun. I was thinking. I was gonna try and do something weird like that. That's really funny. I like that. That's hilarious, actually. I don't think I worded it that way in my head though. I like the way that comes together. That's really smart. And the crown, of course. Well, yeah, the crown's a part of. I've got to put the crown in something. I just don't know how I'll do the crown. The crown is such. If what I'd love to do. Hey, Jenna. Don't worry, I'm not gonna set your Alexa off. I promise. The crown, I want to figure out how to do like tissue paper crowns, so that I can have so that like they're just like a thing that you can then take and put on, like the tattoo, its butt or something. Yeah, like a tattoo, like a stamp on the butt for the crown. Yeah, that could work. It's not gonna work for the first one because the first one doesn't have a butt. That's the only thing. Contemplate that for a while. Yeah, no, the first bank I want to make doesn't have a lower extremity. So, but yeah, no, I'll figure it out. I mean, I like these ideas though. These are fun. Hello, Jenna. How are you? How is life? Are you enjoying your snowy outdoors with young dog, son of yours? Or wing? That could work. I read that too fast the first time, and I thought it said or wig, and I was like, or wig? How do you or? I guess it could be, and I'm like, no, you're focusing on the wrong things. Jenna's gonna join us. Let's see. She's gonna join us. I don't know. This whole thing is always weird. Yo. Hi.
I was just hard to tape everything. I tape everything.
Oh, okay.
So your dog escaped because he's never seen snow before?
I saw the video that the big man was outside trying to get it snow.
Yeah, well, he escaped. The FedEx man and I had to try and to trap him.
Yeah.
That didn't work because he's fast.
Well, he's a fast man. He has no choice but to be fast.
Yeah, so then he ran, and so I thought, well, if I run to the house, then he'll follow me.
No.
And then, no, I went in the house and got chocolate chip cookies. It was like, here's some chocolate chip cookies, Joe. And then I grabbed.
Yeah.
But he put down in the snow and was dragging me while I was holding his collar.
All right.
Good morning. Good morning.
I mean, it's the best way to be. That's how it works.
Is it?
Sure.
What are you eating for breakfast?
I had kind of like a South American platter of sorts. It was like mushrooms and chips and salsa and guacamole and refried beans and an egg.
Where's mine?
I mailed it.
I don't really believe you.
It's on your mail carrier now. It's not on me.
Oh, okay.
If it doesn't show up, it's because you ate it.
I need you to talk to me about when you're making me my next picture for my wall.
I am absolutely going to do that. I have to do this commission piece that I'm working for this guy for this album. So I got to do that this week. But I am deeply working on your piece.
Good. Get on that. All right. Yeah, get on that.
Thank you.
All right, well, I love you. I'm going away now.
Love you too. Jenna's my sister, for the record, so people know.
Oh, yeah, sorry. That's my brother. Yeah. He's awesome. Follow him if you're not.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye. Alec thinks I obviously miss having a dog to drag around. That's how she feels. In the start fights. No, I do miss walking the mall. I do miss the bitter cold at 4 o'clock in the morning and being chased by bucks. Big ass boy deer, not as much, but the rest of it, yeah. I mean, she was fun. She was goofy, and I do miss her. No, to drag you around. Ah, I see. Oh God, Jenna and Alec are planning on dropping her dog off at the house. I don't think the producers are gonna like that. They're not fond of Mochi particularly. Not fond of dogs. I feel like Tom might be okay. He seems to be kind of. He eventually gets along with everybody. He's just very afraid at first, which is funny because he likes to be the star of the show here in front of all of you. So who knows? Mochi just started laying on. Oh. So Alec and I are about to leave, and we walk over and we see Mochi laying on the couch, and she's got like one arm up on the rest, her chin on there, and she's kind of like this, and the legs are all like, but she's like on the couch, like truly in the moment. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot to take in. She definitely found her confidence, to say the least. This is 2024 is looking like a real Mochi episode, is what I'm getting from this. That's a good breakfast. Like I don't oftentimes go beyond when I eat these. Like typically I eat them and then it's like abrupt and it ends. But I really enjoyed that breakfast. All right. So today the plan. Nothing. No. The plan is I need to journal. I need to work on / record some art video stuff. I need to figure out. Yay, good for breakfast. Exactly. My wife gets it. What was I saying? All right. Then I want to draw up kind of the 3D model of what I want to do with my bank that I want to make. And then from there, I'm going to work on that commission and probably take a nap with Tom because we work real hard and we get real sleepy, and that's what big boys do. And then, yeah, I think that's probably all I'm gonna have time for the day to do. But I feel good, like I said, and it is snowy outside, and it's beautiful. And I have no interest in going out there at all. I've gotten old, I guess. There was a time when I'm like, it's snow. You gotta pick up a snowball and throw a snowball. And now I'm just like, my hand will get cold and my bones hurt. And there's hot coffee over here in my giant snake mug, whose name I've decided for today in this episode is Clarence. Clarence and I have a big day ahead of us. I do need to put my gloves on. I need to go in the closet and find them. Yeah. So, I'm good. I guess we're done. Anticlimactic ending to an episode. No. I'm happy. This is a really happy episode. So thank you so much to everyone. Please check out my Patreon. I brought back Painters Radio. I got so many of these. Painters Radio on Patreon actually. So you look me up, Joara Blake, and yeah, find me on Patreon. And the Painters Radio station came back up, and it's for everybody, but it's only going to be on Patreon. So I talk to you later. I shall see you. The lack of snowball throwing is a lie. Wow. Just the truth comes out in the strangest way. All right. Love you. Everybody have a good one. Talk to you later. Ciao. Painter out.